people gotta stop thinking that like you gotta work with the most popular artists. Like the biggest producers be working with the niggas that's on the come up for real. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, and I feel like if you look at it like that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna come up. Like,
welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We got Traumatone. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up with you, man?
We got JB.
What's good?
Told y'all, bro, we was coming back strong with these. But yeah, man, Traumatone, you produced some big records, bro. Migos, Road Runner, off of Culture 3, Yo Gotti, Rich Homie Quan, YNW Melly, MoneyMan, Kevin Gates, even YoungBoy, Chief Keef, bro. That's my favorite artist, bro. And you from Virginia, bro. So really, let's start from the top. You know what I'm saying? How you got started in the music production in Charlottesville.
Word. So how I got started, my older cousin, he was a producer, you know what I'm saying? He introduced me to like MPCs and all that shit like when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? But I think about 2002, 2003, that's when I got introduced to Fruity Loops, you know what I'm saying? And I just started, you know, learning how to use it on my own.
Damn, using FL in 2003?
Hell yeah. It was FL3.
FL3, damn.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
So what's the music scene like in Charlottesville at that time?
Shit, man, it really ain't nothing for real, man. It's more like, Charlottesville is more like live band type music. Yeah. That's the only kind of scene they got out there, you know what I'm saying? We had a little local hip hop scene, but it ain't really too much going, you know?
So who was like producers you looked up to back then?
Like mainstream wise? Like Kanye, Neptunes, Timberland, Dre, shit like that.
So as far as like when you was learning music production, you really want no tutorials back then, so what was you doing?
Man, you had to learn that shit on your own, for real. Like,
just playing around with it?
Yeah, just playing around with it. Like, my cousin that put me on the Fruity Loops, he showed me a few things, but for real, like, for the most part, I was just learning literally, like, how to work everything on my own. And I had the crack version, so it won't no damn, like, book that came with the shit or nothing, so.
How many years it took you to really get fine with it?
I think within, like, the first 2 years, I was good, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
So from there, like, you get good, and then, like, from there, is it, like, networking with, like, local people in Charlottesville?
Yeah, for the most part. It's crazy because, like, both my, like, the cousin that put me on the, you know, the beats and shit, he had a little label going, and then I had another cousin, like, that had a label going. Like, they was, like, the two biggest things where we was from, you know, on the local scene. So I was just, like, you know, linking up with them, playing beats for them, and they artists and shit. And that's how I kind of got my name in the city.
When did you move from Virginia?
That was recent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you been in Charlottesville this whole time?
Yeah, damn near. For real. I mean, I lived in Atlanta like 2015, 2016, like short period of time. But for the most part, I've been doing everything back home. You know what I'm saying? Moving all around Virginia, like staying in the beach area, shit like that.
So was any like big names you worked with in Virginia?
Shit, nah, not like talking about it. I mean, producer-wise, yeah, like Young Lynn, my boy Keno Beast, that's really about it for producer-wise.
Why'd you go back? Did you feel like Atlanta didn't change anything?
Why did I move back to Virginia from Atlanta? Yeah, not like what it was with me, man. I was getting placements like just through the email and shit like that. I wasn't really, you know, doing nothing down here like talking about it. So I felt like if I was gonna be, you know what I'm saying, getting placements and shit like that, the same way I've been doing it up until that point, it wasn't no point in being down here. But then, I don't know, someone just told me to just try again, just move back down here. I got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, good people out here that I work with and I fuck with. And I just felt like it was right to move back, like, recently, so, yeah.
So what was your first placement?
My first placement was Chief Keef, a song called Blew My High. Yeah, me and my boy Webb. Shout out my boy Webb, man. But, yeah, that was the first one. And then shit started going from there.
So how did that one come about?
That was mainly just me and Webb collabing on a bunch of shit. And he had got the beat to him somehow, you know what I'm saying, through the email.
So as far as, like, business-wise, like, how did it go for your first placement? Like, as far as, like, did you know, like, the business, or was it just like, yeah?
It really wasn't no business for real. That's the era of live mixtapes and shit, you know. That was, like, legit mixtapes where niggas weren't really, you know, paying for beats and shit like that. It was just a good play at the time for your first placement, you know.
So as far as, like, outlets, like, at times when we interview producers, they say, like, collabs is good ways to, you know what I'm saying, get placements of engineers. Like, what other outlets you think there is, or, like, relationships you could build to get these type of placements?
I mean, those like the two main things, unless you're building with the artists, you know, link with the engineers, other producers, you know, shit like that. You know, using your social media, that's another way to like reach out to people and shit. Yeah.
Do you recommend like an A&R or a manager to help you
I mean,
build relationships?
yeah, them too,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, but
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes with the A&Rs, they don't be knowing. I feel like, you know, it's better to kind of try to, if you can, get with the artist. Because sometimes I be feeling like A&Rs, like, this is what I think. I don't know for sure. You know, I can't tell you. But I be feeling like sometimes, like, I don't think they be knowing
Yeah, you
what the
think they be
sound
capping?
is.
They be
Yeah,
capping,
yeah,
yeah.
for
They
sure.
be capping.
Yeah.
Bro, what's the true definition of A&R, bro? Like, what do they really do?
Man, what's the true definition of today's A&R? It's a lot of good A&Rs out there, though.
Yeah.
For sure. But I feel like it's a lot of motherfuckers that just, I ain't gonna cuss like, that's
Nah, you
cool.
straight, you good.
All right. There's a lot of people out here that just be putting that shit on their name.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just gotta know who you're dealing with.
So like going back to the first place with Chief Keef, was it like real like huge thing? Like did like everything change on like some Hollywood shit? Like, oh, my life just changed, we up now? Or was it more like a slowly like placement, next placement, next placement?
Nah, nothing really changed for real, for real. I mean, it was dope that people knew, you know, that I had a cool record, like, you know, on the mixtape scene. But for the most part, ain't nothing really changed for me. I was still working, you know, doing what the fuck I was doing.
This is why you was still in Virginia?
Yeah. It's like, what, 2012 when that shit came out, something like that, yeah.
So what can you say to like producers in Virginia or just anywhere who really ain't got no like big city, like no music outlet? Like what can they do?
Shit, man. I guess the best thing to do is, you know, it's good to travel and network, you know what I'm saying? But use your resources, man. Like, don't let that shit hinder you. Use Instagram, Twitter, all that. You know, reach out to people. That's pretty much it.
You seem to be successful through the email. And that's what a lot of producers do nowadays. Like, what's the difference between you sending the email and another producer? Back then, not now.
Shit, I don't know, man. You know, that's like luck for real,
Luck?
like with the email. Yeah, because, I mean, just because you send beats through email don't mean that you're going to get, you know what I'm saying, placement. I ain't going to say I'm always getting placements through the email. It's like sometimes that should just be happening. I do be in a lot of artists, like, sessions. A lot of people hit me up for beats, you know. I send beats to niggas' phones, all that. But the email is a good way. But I feel like the best thing you should do is, like, as a producer, just reach out to the artist, somebody on their team, whether it be the manager or whoever, you know.
So after getting like your first big place, what was the second one?
I want to say that might have been it was a song I did for Pee Wee Longway called Drugs. And it ain't really go too crazy, but it was like, it was a dope record though, you know what I'm saying? But I guess like the next big record for me was I Know by Yo Gotti and Rich Homie.
So how did you get tapped in with that?
With Yo Gotti.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened through Rich Homie, man. And actually it really happened through my partner Chaos, man. He had been doing some like, him and Young Land actually, they was doing some work with Rich Homie like early on. And they had got the email. I just sent some beats. And that just happened to be one of the moments that like clicked, you know what I'm saying? And shit, from there we did like 3 records. And I Know it was the first one.
So it was straight through email?
Yeah.
So at this point, did you have a manager yet? Or?
Nah, I didn't have a manager at the time.
So what is it like doing business without a manager? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at what point did you get one first?
Around that time, I did have like right after, like, actually, I'll tell you what. When I got the I Know placement, I did have a manager. And I feel like, I guess going back to your question, like when you think it's like the right time to get one, when you got shit going on for real, like a lot of these niggas be thinking you need a manager out the gate. And if you don't got nothing going on, like what can they manage? You dig what I'm saying?
So like, have you ever been in a situation where like label try to hold you on some shit?
Man, hell yeah.
So
I don't have multiple situations like that.
So as far as like young producers, now we got producers, they're like 14, 15, they just getting placements, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
loop making and like the business of it is so crazy and like efficient now. So like as far as like a young kid or just anybody who really don't know, like name some things like a producer know, like, nah, you shouldn't take this. This some bad shit. Like don't fuck with this. As far as like an advance or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely with the advance, like don't settle for like, you know, they might offer you like $1,500 to like $3,000, and that might sound good to a young nigga that ain't got a big placement, but like, don't settle for that. You probably could have got twice that, or, you know, if not more, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be willing to, like, not settle for less. You know what I'm saying?
Is this business thing really scary? Cause like, I see producers talk about it, but I used to watch podcast when I was younger. Like, niggas make it real scary. Like, if you get a placement, you gotta be like 100% on your shit. Like, it's just a real, like, they make it like a scary thing, but is it really like, is the business really that? Or it's like, you know, just
I
know
feel
what
like
you
it is. I mean, I feel like the business is just as much of an art as like the actual music, and that's what's gonna keep you in the game for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you want to have a good manager. Like, this is once, you know, you get things rolling. You want to have a good manager or a good lawyer that's gonna look over your paperwork, and then you will want to, like, as a producer, you should learn, you know what I'm saying, like, how to look at paperwork too. You know what I'm saying, and know what you're reading. Like, just because somebody tell you what it say, that don't mean what it, you know, what it is. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about this? I hear a lot of people say in the music business, it's 10% talent and 90% business.
Do you hear a lot of the shit that's going on in the game? You think it's true? I say so too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like, that's what it is. I mean, for the most part, you know, you do got a lot of dope people out here, but it's about who really working. You know what I'm saying? So
going back to like network, I seen in one of your last interviews, you said you was in a situation with Akon where you ain't really speak up. One of your big hurdles was being shy. Go ahead, like, talk about that.
Oh yeah, so that's a crazy situation too, because that's how I like started working with MoneyMan for real. But I mean, I was just in the studio with bruh, and you know how, like, I guess I had just got there, and I was just walking past him a few times, and I ain't say shit, you know what I'm saying? I was just waiting for the session to start. But by the time I got in there, and I was already playing beats before he had walked into the actual session, and he was asking, like, who was the producer that was playing the beats and shit. And my manager at the time was like, that's Traumatone, like, he here to, you know, play beats for you or whatever. And he was just like, man, why you ain't speak up, like, you know, when we walk past each other, blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, like in the last interview, you know, that kind of taught me that, you know, I need to just speak up more and, you know, let my presence be known and let people know who I am. Because that could have been a missed opportunity for real if I didn't speak up, you know.
Do you think having low confidence can stop you from having good opportunities?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Because you're going to mess around and miss shit. Like, just imagine if Travis Scott or somebody walked by and you're not feeling your shit and you don't say nothing, and you had a chance where you could be like, yo, bro, I got beats or whatever. You don't want to be like 36, 37, like, damn, I missed that opportunity. I could have said something, you know. You just got to, you know, take advantage of every moment.
I feel like producers be scared of the rejection. Like, it needs to be like,
Yeah, for sure.
It was one old interview. I forget who it was, but I think it was when y'all did Earl on the beat. He said he walked in, the Migos said, can I play some beats? And nigga said no.
Yeah.
You ever got, like, rejected before? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just took an L?
And I got curved. Like, that shit was so funny one time. I don't even want to say the artist, but I had walked up to the nigga. We was at a video shoot. And basically what happened was, like, you know, they was on break and shit. He was just chilling on his phone. So I was just like, yo, what's up, bro? I'm Traumatone. I got, like, beats or whatever. I want to play you some shit. He was like, all right, that's cool. I'll be right back. And he just dipped on me. I was like, it wasn't bad, but it was just like, you know, it just probably wasn't the right time to do that shit, you know?
Yeah. I ain't even gonna count, but I had a couple where I just like, this ain't work out, bro.
Word.
Yeah. But I feel like,
Nah, you gotta tell your story, man. I told man.
Yeah, so it was recent too, bro. I was here, went to Tree Sound. I ain't gonna say the artist, but it was a songwriter session. I had went in there, played beats. Dude was just sitting there. Now you can already tell when, like, you get past like 5 or 8, nigga just sitting there. He was just sitting there, he was like, bro, I'm gonna be real, I just don't like the mixes. I was just sitting there like,
I mean, that ain't bad though. That's like constructive criticism.
I was sitting there like, that's tough. He was like, yeah, bro, I don't like the mixes, bro. He said, them shit's hard. Just that the mix, they ain't really there.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there.
The artist said that?
That was a songwriter. It was a songwriter for the session. So I'm just sitting there like, damn. And I ended up passing the ox to my other bro. He played some shit. That mix is real good. So he was like, yo, fucking with this. He said, see, this what I'm saying. He basically talking and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just on some like old nigga, young nigga shit.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, fuck, bro, I blew it. I'm like, bro, should I just walk out, bro? I was just sitting there like, I blew it. But he get text the next day. He was like, "Yeah, go ahead, come back." Came back. And I had worked on a couple more and shit, and he was fucking with it though. So like, I feel like if producers do get in that situation, like, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't too bad, like it ain't like, cause first impression do matter. Yeah. But you always come back from shit like that. Like everybody ain't gonna fuck with your beats. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
That's how it be. And then you never know, you'll fuck around and run across that person like later down the line too, type shit, you know? Which that's what happened with me.
Let's go ahead and talk about Culture 3, right? That's big. Migos Road Runner. How you got tapped in with it?
That came from working with Zaytoven. We had locked in like last year, just knocking out hella beats and shit. And that just happened to be one of the ones that clicked too. Yeah, it really ain't no crazy story to it, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Zaytoven's sound and, you know, we knocked the shit out.
So you real big on like collaboration?
Yeah, for sure. I like collaborating on beats, you know. I don't know. It just be the mood that I be in sometimes.
What's the max number of people that could be on a collab?
Bruh, I try to keep it like me and another person. I don't be trying to have like 3 or 4 people. I done had that shit happen before. Or like, I'll get a placement and then we'll find out that there was like 4 niggas on the loop, or the nigga that sent the loop ain't even the nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't even be trying to like do that type of shit like talking about it. Like, I gotta know the niggas that's like really making them shit.
Do they still get credit? So like, if I send you a loop but JB made that shit, I still get credit?
Oh, if we sent it and didn't like it, man.
Well, speak the truth. That shit lame.
That shit lame.
That shit lame,
for real. I don't know. I mean, we did give a nigga credit like that one time, like a little percentage, but I try to stay away from that type of shit just in general, for real.
Well, like collab loops. You don't be fucking with those either.
What you
like
mean?
Like 2-3 people on the loop. That's how it is now. You be seeing.
Oh yeah, nah. It be like that for sure. Hey.
You going jeans on the most recent albums? If you going jeans, that shit like
10
you be
niggas
seeing 5, 6
on.
niggas on beats.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a scenario. I don't want to get too technical, you know what I'm saying? But it was this post. I forget who made the post. It was a couple months ago, but he basically said like, if I made a beat and got it placed, let's say it's 2 loop makers on there. I forgot the splits that he said.
Yeah, the other half is between the 2 producers.
Yeah, so he said he gets
50,
his.
y'all 25.
Yeah.
And they did the loop?
Yeah, 2 people on the loop.
Y'all niggas not finna have these producers mad at me. They gotta work that shit out.
It's your opinion, you know what I'm saying?
How you feel? You just split it. You split it like 50-50, or
I'll be real.
Me, I'll be. It depends on the situation, for real. I ain't gonna lie. Like, and it might sound wrong, but if it's like my homies and we, you know what I'm saying, did some shit, I'll you know, split that shit. But sometimes, I don't know. Niggas gotta get in where they fit in.
Let's get into this conversation then. Let's get into this. A lot of producers feel like they just entitled to everything. They don't have a brand. They don't have value. They don't have leverage anywhere. Yeah. So if you sitting on your couch all day and you send Trauma on the loop and you out here networking, you know what I'm saying, using your value that you've been building for the years, and you land a placement.
Right.
If you sitting at home, you like, y'all need a 50%, or it's 3 people on the loop and y'all have no value.
I don't feel like it should be 50-50 all the time, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like I said, like, I be trying to do what's right. But, you know, sometimes that shit don't always come back on you. Like, but, you know, it's just different situations call for different actions, I guess.
So let's go ahead and get into YoungBoy Crossroads.
Right.
That's fine. How you got that?
Working with my dog Suede. Suede the remix guy that be doing like the little funny videos. Yeah. We was just locked in, cooking up shit. I had we did that down here actually probably like, that might have been like 2019 for real.
Yeah.
And I had like whipped up the melody with Seth Got the Waves. And and that's one of the rare times, because normally like I be doing drums a lot on collabs, but like that's one of the ones where I kind of like, you know, fucked around with the melody and shit like that. A lot of niggas, they don't be knowing, like, I can do melodies too, even though I'd be like, adding drums to everybody's shit. You know what I'm saying?
So would you consider yourself like a producer who just do drums? Like they just load up loops and do drums. Is that like a full producer? Or it's...
I'm a full producer.
Yeah.
I don't know about nobody else, man. I do everything. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you putting the beats together and you like really bringing that idea to life, I feel like you're a producer. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like that term beat maker or producer. Like I don't know if you putting together. What's how you look at it? Because I see you.
I mean, the definition of a producer, you kind of responsible for putting it together. It's not. It's not really DAW based. It's you know what I'm saying. It's coming from here. So I really hear a lot of people say. When I was young, I used to get mad as fuck hearing people say, "You're not a producer if you can't record." You know what I'm saying? If you just making beats, you're a beat maker. But when I turned into an engineer and I was building relationships and I had this different level of respect from me knowing how to track and make the beat and just getting the whole job done, that's when I realized like I got my hands, I'm in control of the whole record, the whole room, everything. So I feel like that's producing.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Would people like say Diddy, for instance, would you call him a producer? He consider himself a producer. Like he don't record or make the beat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's here. That's why I just said the definition is here. So producers, okay, if you just sit home and make beats, you know what I'm saying? You can call yourself a producer, but I feel like that's literally beat making. But Diddy, Khaled, you know what I'm saying? They're not on FL Studio. You know what I'm saying? They're not making beats. They producing. They putting it together. So
yeah, I dig that. I mean,
I feel like producers are miseducated. They don't Google what the definition of a producer is. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like with me, I know I'm a producer. Like I'm gonna bring that shit to life. I'm gonna do everything I gotta do. You know, whether like me and Currency just did like 3 projects. 2 projects with him, and then he did a project with Kino. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We kind of all like put that together, but you know, we really brought that shit from, you know what I'm saying? Like we built the foundation and really brought that shit, you know, all the way. You know, so I consider myself a producer. I don't know what other niggas be doing, man. Like.
So what would you like describe your sound?
Shit, I don't know, bro. Like I figure I don't want to put myself in a box. You know what I'm saying? Like I just know that I know that I'm one of those type of people that can bring the artist vision to life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like a MoneyMan, like we got our own little vibe, our own little sound, or Currency, or when I was working with Rich Homie, like we had our own little vibe going. You know, but I'm able to tap into like the artist style, you know, and bring that shit to life.
Yeah. I know in your last interview you said the Currency one was like your chance to show like how versatile you was and stuff.
For sure, yeah.
So like, how do you feel about like the way stuff is now? Like for example, like we got like 1,000 Southside clones, 1,000. Like everybody following these different trends, like rage beats and emotional wave right now. Like you feel like that's a bad thing or a good thing?
Man, I don't know. It's like sometimes, you know, you can tell when an artist really trying to copy that sound, you know. But a lot of times you got a lot of producers or beat makers that's influenced too. You know, and I don't think it's really too much, like, it's not really wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to be influenced by people, like, but I don't know. I can't really speak on that shit, man. I feel like everybody should have their own style. So, like, Southside, like, he worked hard for his sound. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know, producers, they work hard for their sound. You know, you gotta let them have their own thing and try to create your own sound, you know?
I feel like it's not just the producers, too. I feel like from engineering, if I have a beat playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, artist could easily be like, I don't want that beat. I need something just like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that beat. You know what I'm saying? It could be an artist that's having a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, motion that could say something like that. You feel me?
Yeah, facts.
So,
yeah.
I feel like it's not just a producer thing. I feel like it's a little bit of everybody trying to have
like,
music, you know?
You know, you be having these little situations where artists might hit you for beats and be like, yeah, I need something that sound like Future, but it's got a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you hit this producer up because you fuck with them. Like, let them do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of, I feel like, you know, artists, whoever, they need to just let the producers be them. If they looking for that sound, you know, let them be them, you know?
So let's talk about personal relationships. Like, building? Like, what was your first like actual like real like personal relationship with an artist?
Excuse me, but that'll probably be MoneyMan for sure, cause like we really built some shit like from the ground up, and then it's just like it's bigger than music too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, cause like to be honest, like a lot of people don't even know, but like when we link up, we don't even do like we don't work in the studio or nothing like that. I've never worked with bro in the studio. When we link up, it's always like just kicking this shit. Yeah. I'm always sending bro beats and letting him do what he do. You know, he don't hit me like, yo, I need this type of beat. It's like we just gotta work anything. Like I might be feeling the vibe and just send him like 5 beats one random day. And he'll send me like 5 songs back. But for the most part, when we link up, it's never like no music type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he probably, you know, one of them people I really built with for real.
So how do you find like serious artists? We got a whole bunch of artists that be wasting time now. So how do you find like serious artists that like really want to work?
That come through like trial and error, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Just working with a bunch of different artists, and you gonna know who working in or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I done had like a lot of situations where I feel like I wanted that shit more than an artist did. Facts. You know, and you know, gotta just cut ties.
We did an interview yesterday, and he was talking about how he had to like make motion for the artist because he saw the vision bigger than the artist, so he had to take initiative.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's how I be too, man. Like, cause I done had situations where it's like, bro, I know if we do this project, I know it's gonna be big for you. Yeah. But I think the fact that like, cause I don't consider myself like, I know niggas probably don't look at me like I'm one of the biggest producers. You know, I just had a cool little wave, so they might not see that vision, and then they'll just like, you know, back out the situation where they won't see the vision. So, you know, you're gonna run into that type of shit, but you just gotta fuck with who fucking with you, you know?
So as far as like building with an artist, is it really like, how would y'all treat the business? And what I mean, for example, is I had like this friend, right? Mm-hmm. And he works with this local artist, but they always pulling out like a split sheet, always talking about splits and all this type of stuff, advance, like, you know, getting paid and stuff like that. Or we have some producers that think, oh, I need $100 just to pull up to the session and all this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you doing all that, and it's like, some of these artists only get like 1,000 views on SoundCloud to start off. So like, when you was growing with MoneyMan, is that business like, was it just we just gonna make music and grow, or was it like a business transaction every session? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we just was like on some let's build, like let's create a vibe, create a sound. It was times where he just like threw me bread and shit like that, or put plays together for me. You know what I'm saying? But nah, we was more so worried about creating a sound, creating like chemistry for real.
So jumping back to like business and stuff. When you had found your manager, like for producers, like give us like the actual definition of like what a producer manager should be doing.
Honestly, what I think the producer's manager should be doing is, you know, they could be helping facilitate shit, you know what I'm saying, putting plays together, making sure that your business right, you know. I don't rely on, like, my manager now to get me placements, you know what I'm saying, but if he come through with plays or be like, yo, I was just with such and such manager, if you got some beats in the through, like, that's dope. But, like, you know, it's just the business side, you know, because you don't want to be, as a producer, like, 100%, like, having to focus a lot of percent on, like, the business and making beats, too. You know, you want somebody that you can trust to, you know, fulfill that side, too, so.
All right, so, I mean, let's get into Kevin Gates and Drake. How that came about?
Man, that came from, I hit this nigga Kevin Gates up on Instagram. I didn't think he was waiting back. That nigga hit me, and we just, like, he shot me his email and was, you know, telling me he fucked with my, like, sound and shit. And we knocked, like, 4 or 5 records out, something like that. Yeah. And then he dropped Drika first. And he dropped another record that was like a freestyle with Charlie something. He a dude that do like freestyles in like London. And that shit kind of went crazy on Apple Music and shit. But yeah, that's how that came about.
So you had placements already when you had hit him? Or like had Kevin like Gates? Had a brand?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was like 2019.
So like,
been in this shit kind of for a minute.
So producers could just hit up artists and see, you know what I'm saying? Like, just shoot a DM, like.
I mean, try that shit. I ain't think that shit was gonna go through. And I be hitting everybody and then randomly.
So let's say if Kevin Gates didn't respond, what's like other ways you could use to get your beats to him? You know what I'm saying?
Figuring out who the A&Rs is over there, or somebody that I can reach out to through his camp or something, you know? Yeah. Collabing with producers and shit. That do shit with them, I guess, you know? Niggas that I know, that I fuck with type shit, yeah. I ain't just gonna, like, be on no opportunistic type shit and just, such and such work with him. I want to reach out to him so I can get a Gates placement. I don't do that. But, you know, a lot of the producers that I fuck with, they always have different plays, like, hey, I'm working on such and such album. Or, you know, I'd be like, cool, I'll shoot you some shit. Shoot me some shit for this nigga project, you know?
I seen you posted on Instagram, like, last year you had a stroke.
Yeah, that shit came out of nowhere. Like, I had an aneurysm and a stroke at the same time, and I don't know, that shit just was crazy, for real. But I guess it came from, like, overworking, not sleeping, shit like that, bad habits.
How important is, like, mental health to producers?
Shit, that's hella important, man. You can't drive yourself crazy with this shit, for real. You know, but I don't really think it was a mental health thing. It was more so, like, just my habits, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah.
What keeps you motivated every day to keep going?
One of the main things, I just know, like, I want to, like, go down as one of the best producers, for real, for real. I know a lot of niggas be saying that, like, they don't really care about that shit, but I really love music, for real, you know what I'm saying? So, I think that's, like, what keep me motivated, music, you know? And my kids, shit like that, you know?
So you always hungry?
Yeah, nah, for sure, definitely, yeah.
So going back to, like, bad habits, like, what are, like, bad, like, producer habits to not have? Like, I know for me, I suck at time management. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Me too. It's like time management, not sleeping. Yeah. Like, you gotta get your rest. Like, don't believe in that night, that vampire life niggas be talking about, bro. Like, get your rest, dog. Cause this shit will fuck you up, for real. Yeah. I guess those two are, like, the main things. And like you said, the mental health shit, you know. Don't let this music shit stress you. Don't try to keep up with niggas and they sound. Just focus on your sound, your craft, you know what I'm saying? Create your own vibe.
So going back to, like, when you had that happen to you, like, how did you, like, jump over that, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep working, you know what I'm saying? Keep working on beats.
What, the stroke? Yeah. Man, it's crazy because, like, with that situation, it made me, like, walk on eggshells for a while as far as, like, you know, trying to, like, rest and all that type of stuff. I was trying to do everything, like, right. But after a while, I just had to realize, like, okay, you're doing what you got to do. Like, you're eating right, you're taking your medicine. Just, you know, get back to work, but just take it easy on yourself, you know? And I guess that's mainly what it was, you know? Just trying to chill on a lot of, like, the bad shit I was doing. You know? Yeah. So, and even in that situation, like, I quit smoking, quit drinking. I don't do none of that shit no more. You know, I'm trying to, like, you know, be on a healthier path for real.
Yeah, I use your situation as an example. I see a lot of producers, especially now, especially with the way social media is, like, producers use everything as an excuse. I can't get a placement because of this. I can't move because of this. I can't do this. And, like, your situation, you overcame that. But it's another dude, it's a producer that be on my live stream. His name Isaac. That nigga blind, can't see for shit. Yeah. But he the hardest producer. Like, he be winning beat battles. Like, he very hard, and I just feel like, bro, if he could do that shit, like, you a producer that can't see, it's not even the fact that you can't see and make beats, it's the fact that you can't see and you took the time to really go through that. I know that was a hard-ass process, bro. Yeah. So I just feel like these type of situations, like, it shouldn't be no excuse, you feel me? Like,
now, after this, like, I want to give me his gram or something. I want to check this shit out for sure.
He hard, too. Like, he be really, like, he be winning beat battles. He be whooping these folks' ass.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
I read in this book one time, man, it's like, don't let your, like, circumstances hinder you, but, like, let them help you. Yeah. And I think that's, like, that kind of reprogrammed my like, the way I look at shit, for real. I guess going back to what you were saying. For sure. Like, because even if I always be thinking about that shit, like, if I went blind or, like, couldn't hear like what the fuck I would do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure out a way to make some beats or something like,
Yeah, no cap.
or feel something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll be fucking holding on the subwoofer, telling the nigga like, bruh, make sure I hit like this or whatever. I don't know, like, but nah, I just wouldn't let my let that shit like hinder me. I'll figure out a way. So I guess that was answering your question.
So are you like a big like, social media person?
Nah, I'm not, honestly. And I feel like I need to be, for real. Like, yeah, that's what my team be telling me all the time. Like, and I got like a good following on there. I just don't be fucking with it like that.
I feel like producers be on social media for the wrong reasons now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just go on like the next dude's story and see 15 seconds of his life and compare that to his life. When it's only 15 seconds, this nigga could have walked out of Saks Fifth, but as soon as he walked out and got out the camera, his car broke down. Okay. Niggas don't know that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
me, oh yeah, nah, for sure. I don't be really on either side of the social media shit. Like, I'm just like not really into it for real. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna start. I guess for the producer community, I need to show a little more of me being like in the studio and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cause that's really what I do the shit for. Honestly, on my social media, like I really be fucking with the producers and shit. You know? Yeah.
So what are like positive ways for like producers to get motivation? Because I feel like social media, like you can still go in there and get motivation, but it's just so toxic. You feel me?
Oh, you asking like as far as getting motivation from social media?
Yeah, like what's like not even social media. Like what are just positive ways to just get like motivation or just anything from as far as like the producer culture? You know what I'm saying?
For me, what I be doing. Y'all be watching like a lot of interviews, like old interviews and shit like that?
A little bit.
I be doing that type of shit. Like, I like to see like, I guess like the behind the scenes of what producers like be doing, or like I like watching their interviews and just seeing like what kind of headspace they be in. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the ways for me. I don't know, that might sound weird, but yeah, I just like being tapped into what's going on from producers that I fuck with. So. That's why I try to do the same shit, like, for niggas that fuck with me. You know? Yeah. Like, I be watching, like, old J Dilla videos and shit like that for motivation.
Have you seen Icebox's YouTube? They going crazy. They got, like, Lil Baby chopping it up on there for, like, 15 minutes.
The Drury?
Thug, yeah. Like, they got crazy content, bro. Yeah. Yeah, like, Lil Baby on there ordering Dantanas, you feel me? Like, crazy content.
I ain't never seen it before. I'm not tuning.
Do you make any side investments that's not music related?
Yeah, I've been like fucking around with the crypto shit. Yeah. A little bit. I know everybody been on that, but yeah, that stocks and shit. I ain't really got into too much else. I think the next thing I want to do is build a studio. But hell yeah. Yeah, I'm just.
What do you think of building a studio?
Where? Yeah. That's a good question, man. I don't know. Probably here or wherever I choose to chill at. But I'm not trying to have no studio where it's like I'm trying to profit off of.
I feel you.
I want some shit like, for young creators like me, or just, so I can really facilitate situations like bring artists here and shit like that. Yeah.
So I do want to talk about this. So like when you say you had moved down here to Atlanta, just last year?
Yeah, about last year.
So you moved down here last year and you're doing just fine. And Atlanta been saturated, you know what I'm saying? And even like now, just the whole music scene is saturated. So like, I feel like producers use that as like I can't do this, it's too saturated. Like, does that shit really matter, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, hell nah. I feel like that be an excuse sometimes. Like, bro, it's always a way, you know what I'm saying? You talking about as far as like a producer getting out there.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Nah, it's always a way. I feel like a lot of these niggas, they be trying to jump the gun and they want to, link with an artist that's already lit type shit. If you notice in my career, all the artists that I work with for the most part, like that I got relationships with, it's been me like building with them from the ground up. Yeah. And a lot of these producers, I feel like sometimes they think, oh, I'm gonna just move to Atlanta or move to LA or move to this big city and work with this nigga that's already popping, that's already got his sound.
They already got producers.
Yeah, they already got producers, And I think everybody feel like that, when you coming in this shit, but, like, you just gotta understand, like, you can build your own wave, and if you can't get in a spot, like, create your own spot, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's how I feel.
I see that shit too much on social media. It's always like, I feel like it's an ego problem just from reading books like The Daily Stoic and stuff like that. People say, oh, why are y'all doing this? Now it's gonna be easier for people to do this. Now it's easier for him to make this beat. Oh, now everybody sounds good. Like, I feel like that shit's kind of like bad mental health for you to just sit here and be like, no, they don't need to get on. You know what I'm saying? Like, worry about your own, you know what I'm saying? Make your own time.
Yeah, and you talking about like more so like,
It could be anybody for real. Like, it could be people that's big saying like, oh, nah, they can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, I feel like a lot of people learning from other people's ego instead of just looking through people, being transparent and understanding through that way.
I feel that
You know
too,
what I'm saying?
for sure. Yeah, there's so many ways you can look at it, for sure.
These negative trains, cancel trains, like, look, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
I ain't got to speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Definitely, man.
So I'm put you in a scenario. So I'm producing in Virginia. Should I move? Like, should I move now? Should I build a brand and move to Atlanta?
That's one of those situations where it's like whatever works for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to move to Atlanta. You don't have to move to LA and all these places. Like, I really didn't have to move to Atlanta for real, for real. It's just like, I don't know. I think I just wanted to be here because I fuck with it out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I don't know. I might fucking run and move to Miami or New Orleans next. It's just like wherever my vibe is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you don't gotta, I don't think you gotta move to these places. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's plenty of producers, like, bro, one of my homeboys, like, this nigga be doing shit for, like, Ross.
Yeah.
Like, he done did shit for Jay. This nigga live in Virginia. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't even know, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like,
I got a feeling I know you're talking about, man.
yeah, probably. For sure. I mean, it's a couple of them out there for real.
I know a dude out there on Lee Major.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. Bruh. He fire. One of the hardest fucking producers I know, bro.
Yeah.
And he always, like, he just been living in Virginia, doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta move to these big cities to do that. You know what I'm saying?
So it's just an excuse, like location.
For sure. Niggas always gonna make some kind of excuse for why they ain't, you know what I'm saying, where they want to be.
Much.
Yeah, you know. But that's why we saying, man, you can't let your circumstances hinder you. Let that shit help you. Use your social media or something to reach out. Build an artist, you know what I'm saying?
You ever live stream? Like Twitch, anything like that?
I ain't did that yet. Somebody was just telling me I should do that, though.
Yeah, you should do that, bro. It's nigga, bro. Like, it be nigga, somebody could be in, like, Croatia, you know what I'm saying? Like, somewhere that you never even seen that name of the country before. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that's successful from everywhere.
For sure.
So that's definitely an excuse, you know what I'm saying?
I'm one of them people, man. Charlottesville is like, nobody knows really where that's at. You was
I
like,
say, what the hell?
Yeah,
What is
you know what I'm
this?
saying? It's so much talent all over the world, bro. Coming from random ass places. So I dig that for sure. I might start fucking with it for real.
I'm a producer that just moved to Atlanta. I said, fuck it. We just gonna figure it out. What should I be doing? Like, my first week in Atlanta, what should I be doing? I have no name. I just had hard beats. That's all I got. Like,
man. Start reaching out to some artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't gotta be like, people gotta stop thinking that, like, you gotta work with the most popular artists. Like, the biggest producers be working with the niggas that's on the come up for real. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, and I feel like if you look at it like that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna come up. Like, not come up and, like, I hate where it come up like that because it sounds opportunistic, but it's like, if you trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, do your thing and come up, you gotta build a sound with somebody. You can't, like, I don't think you really have too much luck just, like, having that one with a big artist, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, cause I done seen that shit. Like, I don't know.
so what's like the best ways to get inside studio rooms?
What you mean with, like, big artists and shit?
Not even big artists, just getting this. Well, yeah, we could say big artists. Because, like, it's like 100 of studios in Atlanta.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I guess getting in studio rooms, it depends on what type of rooms you're trying to get into. Because, like I was saying, look for the artist that's like, fresh, you know what I'm saying? That's an easy way to get into studio rooms.
You like engineer, record?
Yeah, that's another way, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having, like, doing more than just making beats and shit. Like, if you're an engineer, that's a dope way to, you know what I'm saying, build with artists. Because they always gonna need an engineer, you know what I'm saying? And that's a way to either get beats to people or, like, Yeah, it's just a way to, you know, get beats to people. Yeah, for sure.
So is it like a placement you got through engineering or recording?
I ain't the best engineer yet, for real. But yet, though, you know, I'm still trying to, you know, learn that. But it's been situations where a lot of my partners, like, be engineering and stuff, and they'll, you know, hit me for, like, beats, and, you know, shit don't happen that way, for sure.
That's really it, man. I ain't really got nothing else to ask. Only thing I say is, like, you get 3 tips to producers, like, you know, 3 things that you should just always go by. You know what I'm saying? Always use.
3 tips.
Yeah.
I guess one of the main ones is, like, be willing to, like, step outside of your city sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And network, it's good to network. What else? Be confident in yourself. You know, that's one thing I had to learn, you know. And like, definitely try to, like, create your own sound, you know what I'm saying? Focus on creating your own vibe. And one more is just, like, you know, back to what you were saying as far as, like, the 90% work, 10% talent, that shit for real. So you gotta be willing to, you know what I'm saying, understand that this shit it's like, it's a competition, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be willing to outwork the competition. It's a million motherfuckers out here making beats. How you gonna stand out, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's a solid 4.
Hey, man, that's really it, bro. It's straight gems, networking. You know what I'm saying? Building connections.
Yeah.
For sure.
I ain't got nothing else, bro. I appreciate you for having on, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate y'all, man.